You might not know Gillian Lynne, but you know Gillian Lynne. Gillian was a grade school student back in the 1930s. This is long before we had ADD or ADHD. So Gillian was just called a difficult child. You know, the kind that can't sit still and they're always into things and they don't know what to do in normal classrooms. And so the parents are just worried sick about it and scheduled a meeting with the counselor. So they show up for the meeting and Gillian is doing her very best to be behaved, sitting on a chair, sitting on her hands so that she makes her parents proud. The counselor said to the parents, "I need to talk to you about something," and asked them to leave the room. And before he leaves the office, there's a radio on his desk that he turns on, and there's classical music coming out of the radio. As they leave the office and shut the door, he asked the parents to turn around and look back through the window. Gillian is no longer sitting on her hands. No. Gillian is standing, but not just standing. Gillian is moving, not just moving. She's twirling around the room, and she's dancing. You see, said the counselor, your daughter's not troubled. Your daughter's a dancer. That story could have ended very differently. We could have labeled her and medicated her and sent her on her way. But no, he knew that inside of this little girl there was something more than just the label. And he gave her permission to be that dancer. And the story did change. She excelled at dance, Royal Ballet, and then she became a choreographer and hooked up with a little-known composer, Andrew Lloyd Webber. Have you seen Phantom of the Opera? You know Gillian Lynne. Have you seen Cats? You know Gillian Lynne. What is it about the label that makes us so afraid? See, kids are great. You ask a kid, can you dance? And immediately they kick into it. You ask an adult, can you dance? Only by myself, and that's when I'm doing YMCA with the village people. There's something about the label that makes us afraid. Robert Capon said, we live life like ill-taught piano students. We're so inculcated with the flub that gets us in Dutch. We never hear the music. We only play the right notes. All of us have a need and a desire to be connected, to be loved, to be at home in our own skin. But for some reason, we've bought into the assumption that our identity is owned by a label. Today, we need the permission to hear the voice that says, underneath the label, there's a dancer. And inside of that dancer is someone who is fully alive. Give yourself the permission today to dance and celebrate life with abandon.